Leaving Tasmania early in the morning, we flew to Melbourne. From Melbourne we flew on to Auckland. And this is just some of the view over Victoria of the snow.
Hi, we're in New Zealand on a stopover, and we have been delayed for several hours now, and the plane was struck by lightning and it was delayed because of checks. And now we're, after many hours, waiting to depart to go to Los Angeles, and from there, as we have missed our flight, we will hopefully get on another flight and fly on to Vancouver. Well, we're in Canada and we've just walked down the town and we're on our way to have a viewing of the mountains. It is a busy place, as you will see, and yeah, I don't know, just having a good time. Okay.
Those up you see is a bit dirty. This section is very nice and pretty. Nice flowers and gardens around. Looks very nice.
So this is Vancouver, Canada. And here we are enjoying the parks down by the waterside. It's nice to see the mountains there in the background. Oh, we lost the slide. Right over there.
We are in Gastown, and this is the is it steam club?
From Vancouver, we flew to Whitehorse on the Yukon airline. Unfortunately, however, it was cloudy, so we didn't get a lot of view of the beautiful mountains. This is just a little of what we saw on the way. This is the Canadian Superstore. It's the largest supermarket we'd ever seen. Had a incredible range of food. The aisles were very wide and you could buy just about any food that you wanted pre-prepared. Huge bakery section as you see here.
For $1 a piece, I'll fucking cut them all off.
A lot of organic fruit and veggies too. This is in Whitehorse, just a little view around the street. price of fuel in Whitehorse, a gas bar.
How come you have to go back and forth?
This is a market in Whitehorse. Fair bit of organic food, veggies for sale here. Homegrown stuff. This is the Yukon River at Whitehorse, and we went and had a tour on the Klondike, a paddle steamer that they used to use to travel up to Dawson City and back. Used to bring ore back down the river. The Yukon is a glacier-fed river, so it has a lot of sediment coming down.
Ring toss. So you just throw the ring from one to the other, trying to get it.
We are on the highway. Where are we going, John? We're going to a wildlife park. What's the name of the highway?
This is the Alaska Highway.
Yeah, the Alaskan Highway, and John is driving on the wrong side of the road. Yeah. Travelling and looking at the trees, that they are so different to the trees in Australia.
Turn around where possible.
And there's autumn now, and the colours of the trees are starting to come out now.
Some bison. These are muskox.
They'd eat a lot, wouldn't they?
Yeah, especially in the summer, the grass is pretty good in here, so they eat a
Yeah.
lot of the grass, but
Yeah.
now as it's dying off, then you've got to start supplementing, so
Okay.
they get hay and pellets. Yeah. Just a wet, yeah. And they're starting to grow in their winter coats now, so. Sure.
These were caribou, and looked very nice. This is at the wildlife park. The mountain goats. some of the mountains with caribou there in the foreground. Some snow on the peaks there.
Still on our tour of the wildlife park, and this is just some of the scenery. Different trees and colours.
This is a mule deer. This is at Whitehorse Museum.
I'm going to Sam McGee's cabin. An old chair carved out of a log. Wagons. And the old boat. Overland Trail information. What's this, John? Talk to the camera.
Northwest Mounted Police. That's the ball they stick around your ankle. Stop you getting away.
Nice log cabin. Nice sleigh. This is the view of Whitehorse. Or the better part of Whitehorse.
This is the view of some of the mountains around Whitehorse. The snow was starting to settle for the season.
We are at a place called Tagish, not sure how to pronounce it. It's very beautiful. Someone going out fishing, I suppose. Nice day for it. This would be the first day that we have had a nice sunny day. No rain. Driving on the wrong side of the road. The road's straight, so that makes it easy. Not busy.
Here we are at Emerald Lake. That's a prime piece of real estate.
very lovely despite the rain. As the sign says, this is Carcross Desert. The smallest desert in the world, they say. This is a bit more of Carcross Desert. A lot of the country around here has a sand underlay.
This is a gopher, or Arctic ground squirrel. We saw quite a few of them in the Yukon.
Amazing. Drop some food for him or something. Drop bits, yeah. They're amazing, aren't they? We've got a whole footage on this. He's going to where we ate to see if there's any crumbs. It's eating something on the grass. It's amazing. They're everywhere, these animals. Just everywhere. We are at the town called Carcross, which was where we had lunch today. Beautiful scenery, and this town only survives on the tourists that come in, and there's only about 3 or 4 shops. The trees and the landscapes are so different here in Canada, and the mountains.
This was Lake Targish seen from another position. This is a beautiful view.
This looks like it has to do with the mining that used to go on here.
This is the view from Fraser in British Columbia. Not far from the Alaskan border.
This is the US-Canadian border, which we've just crossed into Alaska. And as the sign says, we're now in Alaska. Some of the countryside in Alaska. There's a lot of snow on the mountains.
We're on our way to Skagway and we're going down and down the hill, and soon we'll come to a border where we have to show our passports.
The river at Skagway. This is the Lynn Canal at Skagway, and you see there a cruise ship. There's a lot of cruise ships come into Skagway. The next day we took a fast cat down the Lynn Canal heading to Juneau, and these are some of the views along the way. I've muted the sound here as the background sound of the engine is very, very loud. It was an absolutely fantastic trip. Unfortunately the cloud was a little low in the morning, lifted a bit coming back in the afternoon, but still we did have cloud all day. It would have been nice to see it when it was clear. This is a glacier that we saw on the way down.
Example of a active avalanche path. You can see the snow up there left over. That's a big cirque, a big bowl up there. It goes up about 3,000 feet and just funnels down that path there. That's another very active avalanche path. It runs all the time in the winter.
This is the Mendenhall Glacier just outside of Juneau. See closer shots later. Here we are in Juneau. Had lunch. The town right underneath the mountain. Still a little bit of snow up there.
Guys are probably 4 years old. They can spend anywhere from 1 to 3 years in the fresh water and 2 to 4 years out in the ocean. So they can be anywhere from say 4 to 7 years old. These, because they've been studying them, they know they're 2 and 2. We're lucky. We have a fish fighter. This is one of our rangers here.
This is some ice off the Mendenhall Glacier. This glacier is melting fairly quickly at present. They say it retreated 700 feet last year. Unfortunately we didn't have a lot of time at the glacier, not nearly as much as we would have liked, as we were on a fixed tour that day. It was still nice to see. It's a bear. There's quite a frenzy when this bear was sighted, people rushing to photograph it. Unfortunately for everyone, it sat down and gave us quite a little show, gave us plenty of time. Young black bear looking for some salmon.
Oh, he's practicing.
Should have gotten one in the sideways because it's hard to see them otherwise. Oh, he's yawning.
There he goes off into the forest.
Would you people kindly not be so noisy? I'm trying to get video of them.
It's in the water.
These are some humpback whales in the Lynn Canal. This is on the way back to Skagway from Juneau.
Thank you for the tail. Goodbye. Okay.
Again, this is the return journey up the Lynn Canal back to Skagway. Beautiful view of the mountains. They come straight up from the water.
We are on our way to Dawson City. Why are we driving slow, John?
Because this is a built-up area.
And only one person.
50k speed limit.
Yeah, and I've only seen one house so far. You look, do you see anybody? Oh, we see one car, but they're going to do the same as us. Yeah.
So Elizabeth driving on the way to Dawson City. Some of the view around the countryside, very nice. Nice lot of autumn colours. It was quite a pleasant day too.